We get some people in this room today. I call it a room. You know, folks, I'm very upset, and I want to explain to you why I'm upset. Today is Veterans Day. I took the time. I gave you notifications that I'd be going live from the National Veterans Cemetery in Los Angeles. And I did that to show you the reason why you have your freedom, the reason why you're able to come to YouTube and listen to whoever you want to listen. All the freedoms that you have, but you don't care. You don't care. You want to talk about Diddy. I'm the one who called him Punk Diddy. You want to talk about what Diddy is doing at Fort Dix, New Jersey, okay? Which used to be an army base, for your information, and for those of you who don't know, okay? Yes, I'm upset, folks, okay? Veterans Day, you want to talk about Punk Diddy. Punk Diddy, okay? You want to talk about all the bad things that he's doing over there at Fort Dix. Drinking booze, paying off guards. I knew that when he requested it. I knew what he wanted to do. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out. I was in federal prison. I was in MDC, Brooklyn. Right where he was. I drank hooch right there at MDC, Brooklyn. Diddy didn't have that because he wasn't in general population, okay? He was in what they call a special housing unit with very few inmates, 20 to be exact, okay? My judge requested that I be sent to Terminal Island. Why did I pick Terminal Island? Because it's the closest federal prison to Los Angeles. It's 40 minutes from my home, okay? And I knew that I could have conducted my business from there. But guess what? I don't have the money that the Punk Diddy had to pay people off. They sent me to Lompoc, which is 5 hours north of Los Angeles. Lompoc, California happens to be the most western point of the United States. So I didn't get to be able to do my business while I was in prison. And that's what Diddy wanted to do. I knew that. You know how things get into prison, folks? You think they just appear? No. They're brought in there by the guards. How do you think cigarettes, drugs, cell phones, all contraband gets into prison? By paying off the guards. And the guards are the easiest ones to pay off. So they were waiting for Diddy. They were waiting. They can get an extra grand a month here, $500 a month there. That's a lot of money to these guards. And here he is, all right, requesting somebody to bring him cash into the prison. Here again, how is he going to get that cash in? On a visit. Very simple. Because the guard, when you go for a visit in prison, you are strip searched. All your clothes take off, just like you see, okay? You're naked. Oh, you've got to show them everything, your butthole, the whole thing. Got to show it all. That's when you go in the visit. Then after the visit is done, and you go and you're ready to go back to your unit, you're strip searched again. So, how are you going to bring the cash in? You already know that the guard's been paid off. He's going to allow it. Why do you need cash in prison? There's no need for it. But he must have found a need for the cash. That's what I'm trying to figure. All right? What he was going to do with the cash. That's the only thing that puzzles me. About getting cell phones, using other inmates, okay? This guy don't deserve to be in Fort Dix. They should lock him up in a USP. All these violations that he's done, and don't think that I trusted everybody I listened to, all right? I got my first information from Ticket, and give him a shout out, okay? I got that from Ticket TV this morning, okay? But now there's more information coming out. I researched it, I Googled it, okay? You got CBS, the New York Times, you got other newspapers talking about it. So it's obviously happened, or they wouldn't be talking about it. Mr. Wonderful, great to see you again. Fawn Schreiner, thank you so much. You know, folks, I'm getting ready to shut YouTube off. I'm going to tell you why, okay? I'm really upset. I took the time to go. Some of you were there today, and I want to thank all you who came, all right, to my show at the Veterans National Cemetery here in Los Angeles. Thank you for all those of you who showed up today, okay? You're true patriots. You're people who truly care for this country like I do, okay? So you got all my respect. But people rather talk about this punk Diddy, and he's nothing but a punk, okay? You know, you've seen all these trolls that come in? Yeah, I'm not the only one that got these trolls. No, I wasn't. Anybody that talked about Diddy was getting them because he's got his digital people. He wanted his digital person to be there at the visit too, okay? So he can give them more instructions of what to do. Diddy's no idiot, all right? He's a dangerous man with money. And you don't understand that. And a man with money in prison is king. Unless they put him someplace where he might be in danger. But he knew before he got there, he had people painting off the guard to do things that he wanted to do. I guarantee you, okay? Because nobody has gotten caught so quickly as this guy has. So why is he getting caught? Because in prison there's a lot of people who don't like him also, okay? Because he's a woman beater. Folks, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do like and do all that other good stuff, all right? I'm not going to ask you for money ever again, all right? It's up to you. You want to hit that thanks button, you go ahead. But yeah, I'm not asking you, folks. I don't need it, okay? All right? I make $2 a day coming live to you here. $2 a day I make, okay? I'm so disgusted with this Diddy situation, the people that he's destroyed. Prison is not even a place he should be, okay? They should have put him in, what's that prison they had over there in Cuba, okay? I think it was Cuba, all right? That's where he should be, all right? This guy has ruined the lives of hundreds, if not thousands of people. Young men with dreams, young girls with dreams. You've seen it all. I still say to somebody at the trial, he paid jurors off, somehow, some way. He's got a lot of people out there. Don't forget, this guy was a billionaire. Now what he's worth, I don't know. I don't count other people's money. But he's not a billionaire no more. Everybody, you know, look at, if Diddy did 10% of what everybody else wants to say he did, 10%, okay? he'd be locked up for the rest of his life. There, folks, I don't know what happened. Oh, now I got a green screen. Can you still there, folks? All right, leave me a comment if you're listening, if you could hear me. Okay, please do. All right, Mr. Wonderful, can you hear me? What's going on here, folks? Are you able to, anybody, let me know. Can you hear me? Leave me a comment, please. All right, Caravaggio, can you hear me? Because my screen froze up on me. Caravaggio. I don't think you're hearing me. Heather, can you hear me? Somebody let me know. Huh. Okay, great. Okay, thank you. My phone froze up. I don't know why, folks. Something happened. Okay, and then I was hitting some buttons. Now I got a green screen. It looks pretty good, right? Oh boy, technology and me. Oh boy, I'm so glad that I'm not at the beginning of my life, but I'm at the end. Okay, because I can't take technology, and now we got AI. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? All right. Well, we're not gonna talk about AI today. I talked about that yesterday. I'm talking about Punk Diddy. Okay. And everybody's up in arms, and everybody wants to talk about what he did in prison. He drank hoops. He paid off the guards. Yeah, listen to the word compromise. Your guards in prison, all right, are the easiest people to pay off. Very easy. That way you get anything you want in prison. Heather Tisa was having problems too. Maybe it's a YouTube thing. But you know, look at it. I got this green screen. How's it look? What? Tell me what you think about it. Huh? Let me know. And that came by accident, folks. It's not something I planned. Okay? And maybe I hit the right button on something. All right? But, oh, so you can't see the picture behind me, I guess. Can you? No? Anyway, folks, I had to get that off my chest. Okay? I've been in federal lockup. I know just what it is. Okay? I had a clean record. But I didn't have people against me like he's got. So who's ratting Diddy out on every move that he has? Okay? As Diddy is paying people to get things and do things that he wants to do in prison, there's other things, people that got to be being paid to give information. Look, if you're on the phone with your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever, all right? And you say, call TMZ, tell them that, but tell them they got to pay you. Okay? Call this newspaper, that magazine. It's not hard to do, folks. And don't forget, most of your inmates are not stupid people, okay? Yeah, another inmate. Because remember, as Diddy is not liked by the majority on the outside world, it's the same way inside prison. Maybe more so. Because one thing, most of the inmates who are there for real crimes, you got to call them men. okay, who's standing up doing their time. And in prison, they try to make money too. Everybody does it, okay? People want me to talk about how it was in the life. Quite honestly, it was better for me than what things are today for me, because I earned every day while I was in a life. I was able to trust the people more that I dealt with. Now, what do I mean by that? In the legitimate world today, I'm seeing more scammers, more con men, people getting screwed left and right, and the first thing they do is they hire a lawyer to handle their problem. Okay? That's their first mistake, because lawyers are only going to compound the mistake that was made. If you're a lawyer, I'm sorry. Heather, I was 63 years old when I went to prison. I came out at 68 years old. Okay? Going into prison at 63 years old. Yeah, there's a lot of people older to go to prison. And Sonny Frank certainly was. He got out at the age of 100. He lived to 103. Died in the nursing home. All right? Health problem. I got a health problem. I don't even know why I'm alive, folks. I got 5 stents. 5 stents I got. Plus I'm a diabetic. Honestly, I think prison probably kept me alive, because I was walking 7 miles a day. I ate tuna fish for 5 years, tuna fish and mackerel that I bought from the commissary. And then I get an onion, a tomato, something I buy from the kitchen, you know, and make myself a little meal. Tuna fish and onion, put in the microwave, all right, add a little cheese in there. I mean, you gotta be creative. You gotta do things to change it every day. But that's what I did. And a lot of people do the same thing, okay? Most of the prison food it's horrible. I remember my friend was an electrician up at Lompoc. He bunked right next to me. And he and the other electrician, they were walking, they were behind the kitchen, and they said, oh my God, they had the chicken all ready to start cooking it, the mess hall, okay? And the guy said, oh, we're getting barbecue chicken today. It looked like they had barbecue chicken. Till they got up close to it, and they hit where it was, and it was all cockroaches. Yeah, cockroaches. Just flying off the chicken. That's what you eat in prison. I remember sitting at the table and look at, even in prison, in the mess hall, okay, you're segregated. I was with the whites. We had our table. The blacks had their table. Spanish had their table. The pedophiles had their table. Yes, the pedophiles had their own table. But we're sitting there one day, and I'm watching the guy next to me eat, and boom, a cockroach just flew out across his tray like you can't believe. I don't know if I ever had any fun anymore. Okay, I forgot what fun is, folks. Okay? I forgot what it is. Fun is going out with somebody where you're happy, you're talking to each other, you trust each other, you love each other, that's fun. Okay? I'm a single guy at 80 years old. I'm not going to get. You're right about the prisons in Denmark. Okay? But they really help the inmate get adjusted to get back into the correct life. Okay? Our prisons are the worst. The United States is 5%, 5%, folks, of the world's population. But we house 25% of the world's inmates. Why is that? Because you are nothing more when you go into a prison in the United States. You're nothing more than a dollar sign on your forehead. Okay? They don't want to teach you to rehabilitate like they do in Europe and other countries. Okay? They want you to come back because that's more money for them. The people that belong in prison are the people that are in the U.S. House of Representatives, the ones who make the laws. And there I am again, talking about what? Lawyers. Okay? You can't believe the problem that I gone through on a lawyer that I recommended highly to a friend of mine on a big case. On a big case. Only for this lawyer to lay down and tell my friend, just write a check for $500,000. All right? Get rid of it. When you could beat this case at trial. I don't want to get into it because I'm very upset about that situation too. Okay? Because this lawyer happens to be like family to me. Okay? And he let me down, all right? And, you know, the guy that that asked to represent happens to be probably the closest person to me, okay? Outside of my family. Actually, he is family, okay? The most wonderful guy you ever want to meet. Nicest, kindest, most respectful, honor, loyalty, just everything that you look for in a man is my friend Paulie. And I'm just so disappointed, all right, that this lawyer, who's like family to me, has done this to him, okay? And I'm trying to think exactly what I should do, how I'm going to handle it, if at all now at this point. But it bothers me immensely. So, you know, folks, when I come here, I share you my personal thoughts. I give you my heart, my soul. So please, you know, hit that subscribe button. And you know what? Give me a thumbs up. And if you don't like what I say, give me a thumbs down. Okay? Thank you for that. Yeah, I will fix it somehow. I'm thinking, strategizing, all the things I do to go through to come up with a solution. But, you know, I wanted to bring you folks that information on Diddy, okay? Prison is not going to change Diddy. They say that they might take away his commissary and his phone privileges for 90 days. That would destroy him. But then again, on the other hand, it'd be the best thing for him because he should learn how to be an inmate, keep his mouth shut, and don't trust anybody. I'm the first one that told him, when you get to prison. Don't trust nobody. You think just because you're with another inmate, you could trust that guy? No, you can't. Because they all want to get out of prison just like you do. So don't think you're the only one, Diddy, that wants to get out of prison. They all do. And if they can get something on you to get them out of prison, they definitely will do it. So Diddy, that's the best advice, and now you don't have to pay for it. I hope when you're trolls, send that back to you. You're right, Will. I agree with you, Will. Hey, Will. Okay. He'll violate his probation. He's got 5-year supervised release. He'll never be able to do it. Not Diddy. Yeah, everything he's doing, all right? Everything he's doing in prison, don't think that Donald Trump does not know what he's doing. So folks, I had to come back here today. I wanted to share that with you. All right? Didn't get any new subscribers here today. Okay? All right, another day on YouTube. All right, folks, I had to share that. I had to get that out to you. All right? I'm going to go eat. You know what I'm going to eat? I bought a big cupcake. And that's what I'm going to eat right now. Okay? Thank you, Heather. I appreciate that. All right, everybody, have a great day. All my love and respect to you. Take care now.